Hey, it's Meg, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to be working in this little tiny mini junk journal. I've had this for a while actually. I made this insert a couple of years ago I want to say now, but I completely forgot that I had it. And I've seen lately Sarah the Moodler over on Instagram sharing pictures of her tiny TNs and her tiny art journaling, and they are so cute, so I definitely recommend you could hop over and check out Sarah's Instagram. But I've been so inspired to try it out. And when I went to Journal Fest last month, Jenny Lane Creations was doing a little creativity station that I stopped by, and she had all this stuff on the table to create in these little mini art journals, and it was so fun to put together a quick little page. So ever since then I've been thinking about creating in a miniature form. So luckily I was able to find this tiny TN that I knew I had, but as you can see it's really small, so I did struggle for a moment to actually find it within all of my craft stuff. So I thought it would be fun to create some mini collages within this journal, and I'm just using here some scrapbook papers, or the thinner version, to create just my background. And I sort of went for a combination of using normal sized supplies and just having them in the smaller book, and then also using things that are scaled down. So for example, when I added some text to this journal, I cut it out of a book page and made sure that it was really small text, that when you scale it is kind of the equivalent as you would have if it was an A5 journal, for example. So I really wanted to play around with using sort of larger elements and then the really small elements to kind of make it look as if it is like a book that's just been shrunk, if that makes sense. So I was really trying to play around with the different collage elements and how I could make them look like they were being used on that scale. So I'm just adding these in the background because I wanted to create a cohesive layer to work on. I did end up using actually the cover, which I don't normally do when I start a journal. I just kind of do it on the right hand side of the page, like the first page, but I think with it being so small, it felt even smaller just to work on one page. So I really felt like I wanted to work on both sides of the page and create a double page spread layout for this. I really love that pop of orange that's on the page as well. It does kind of get covered by a few different things, but I think it just adds nice warmth to the page. So even though this is a mini art journal spread, I still wanted to make sure that there were lots of layers building up with my collage papers for the interest and texture on the page. And for the bits where I had kind of chopped them off and wasn't using them on this page, what I decided to do was just add them to like a future page within this journal, which is really nice to do for kind of creating a bit of cohesion like throughout the pages that you're working on in your journal, so they kind of all tie together. But it's just a really nice way as well of kind of making sure, especially with these pieces being so small, I just wanted to kind of use them immediately in the journal, because I was like, right, I've got them now, they're the perfect size for this journal. So rather than me losing where all these little bits of papers are, but it was making me think that I might put together like a little mini journaling kit, because I'm just thinking having those little scraps that I save them anyway, let's be honest, when I'm tidying up my desk and you come across those little bits and you think, I probably could use that for something, and I kind of tuck it away in my papers, but inevitably it kind of gets a bit lost amongst all the other stuff. So I'm thinking I might get a little box or a little bag or something, and have that as a way of keeping all those smaller bits that aren't really big enough for my other journal pages, and maybe I could use them within this journal and have it be almost like a little bit of zero waste, like using the offcuts of other stuff to create these journal pages. So I think I might put together a video maybe putting together those papers. So let me know if that's something you'd like to see, and I can share the process of doing that and organising those supplies. So I used one of these botanical stamp stickers as my focal point for this page. I wish I could tell you where I got these from, but they were actually from the swaps table at Journal Fest. There were so many amazing bits and pieces there. People were swapping. I almost couldn't believe that somebody had donated these, because aren't they just absolutely gorgeous? I've been using them everywhere, and I will not apologise for using them everywhere, because I'm in the mindset lately of just, if I love it, I'm going to use it in my journal and I'm not going to save it. And if I create 20 pages that all kind of look the same, if I love them and I enjoyed creating them, then that's all that matters to me. So I've just been really loving using these in my journal at the moment. I'm also just backing here the page behind, ready for the next journal page, and then just edging this with some stamp ink here, just to add a bit of definition to the edges of the pages. I think I also go in and add some little skinny washi tape to the edge of this page as well. I actually folded it over the edge to try and make it look like the washi was to scale. So again, doing that kind of thing of making things a little bit more miniature in this journal. But that is everything that I did for this little journal with me. So I hope you had fun journaling along with me. As always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!